up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We're back here at Loki Kia in Clearwater, Florida, and we have that one performance German car that people can't stop talking about. This is it. This is a 2022 BMW M4, and of course, if we're gonna have an M4 in Raiti's Rides, we got the top dog. This is the M4 Competition. But before we get into this twin turbocharged straight six powered BMW, let's talk about what's going on here. This German brand, it's been around for so many years, and it's a go-to for those who are looking for the top level of luxury, performance, and of course style when it comes to German cars. Now, with this car, there's lots of competition. We could talk about what's coming from Audi. We could talk about what comes from Mercedes AMG. And those two brands, of course, are German brands on top of the BMW. If I was to say, hey, what kind of performance car would you want right now? I know a lot of people are gonna put their money on a C8 Corvette. C8 Corvette, C8 Corvette, C8 Corvette. Well, let's be serious and let's really compare a car that's not German, but a car that also competes with this. Let's go to Japan and let's pluck a Lexus RC F, naturally aspirated V8 power, 2 doors, just like this M4. Which is the better way to go? What do you really want in your driving experience? So why don't we go ahead, let's get into this gray M4 and find out, should you be going M4 or should you be going RCF? Let's go ahead and find out. Right off the bat, the style. I think it's still controversial. I think a lot of you are still out there tongue wrestling, thumb wrestling, and mud wrestling on what's going on with the nose of this vehicle. But before we get to that point, let's talk about the headlights. You're getting laser beams, like attached to sharks' heads, laser beam headlights developed on the endurance racing tracks like Le Mans. Technology not seen in a Lexus. Lexus has LED, these are laser LEDs, so watch out. You got your halo lights with your turn signals, nicely styled, very aggressive looking, gives it a unique look. Working your way down, you do have massive functional corner air curtains and a little bit of gloss black with a nice splitter that extends outward from that corner. Now, as we kind of coast in front of the big nostrils of this M4, I don't know, they've grown on me, and especially if you watch the IMSA WeatherTech series in the GTD class, those M4 race cars look pretty sick with the new grille. But let me know, once again, how you feel in that comment section, but definitely unique. You're not gonna confuse this with the front of a Lexus. So you got that split twin grille setup. Normally we would say kidney grille design. This is more like twin lung design. Gloss black, little bit of flat black, and of course the M4 Competition badge. Look for the competition, that brings more performance. The BMW badge, and then as we waterfall down, you're gonna have this nice splitter that's molded all the same body colors. So if you look at the front of a Lexus RCF, you got that massive open grille. Let me know how you feel between the two. You do have more functionality though on both sides of those center nostril grills, so that's kind of nice to have that. But I'm telling you, it's growing on me, but let me know how you feel in the comment section. When you get up onto the hood, I do like these indentations. I just wish they would have made them heat extractors. Remember, on the RCF, you have that large central heat extractor with a nice bulge. This, you got the indentations. It looks great. It just would have been even better to have some functionality. Now, as you come around the bend, what are we working wheel and tire setup? Up front, you got these 19-inch wheels. Very complicated design, but they look good. Obviously hard to keep clean. Massive red 6-piston calipers are gonna slow this BMW down faster than a husky sheds hair. And then of course you got cross-drilled and fully ventilated 2-piece rotors with adaptive dampers all 4 corners to give us the best performance handling-wise that you could come to expect from an M car from this BMW brand. As we work our way down the side, you do have this fake vent thing. I don't know why they put this here, but I do like the way they kind of house the M4 Competition badge. And that's, I think, one of the fun games to play with your friends and family is when you see an M car, see who could guess how many M badges are on the car, like who's the most accurate, because BMW wants to make sure that you get your money's worth on M badges. Love the way they carve and shape these side mirror caps. Look at the extra aero that they put in there. Very nicely done. They are power folding, and you got your LED lights. Massive side sill extension, really gives it an aggressive look from the side. There was once upon a time in a real car world a long time ago when, guess what, there was just an M3. There wasn't an M4. And you had a two-door M3 and you had a four-door M3. They were just M3s. Now the two-door version is called the M4. So go figure with that, but I do like the way it's got the nice, easy to close doors, color matched on the door handles. Nothing separating the side glass, so it almost looks like one massive piece of side glass. You do have a sunroof, and then probably one of my favorite parts, which I'm gonna have Lori kind of swing around, is just show how flared out this rear fender is. It just kind of extends off and towards the back. When we're looking at the rear, you're looking at a 20-inch wheel. So this is a 20-inch wheel, 285 to get the power to the ground. Still those massive rotors. And then, as you can see, this is where you're gonna have to pump the fuel, because this thing, you go on throttle, you're gonna be seeing this a lot. I promise you that. But coming around the back, is this the part of the car that RCF owners is gonna see the most? That's up to you. You do have a nice looking trunk lid spoiler, color matched with the, obviously the M4 Competition badge on the trunk lid. Love the way they did the LED lights. And then working our way all the way down, we get to go out with a bang. The bang coming out of that quad tip exhaust. Look at the freaking size of those tips. Nice stainless steel, quad tip staggered with a race car-esque diffuser. Really looks great from the back. The RCF brings some nice tunes out of the exhaust, but let's go ahead, let's pop the hood of this M4 and see what's powering. Guys, we got the hood open. Now, it's a little bit of a bummer because compared to the previous generation, they used to have this beautiful carbon fiber strut tower brace. That no longer is the case, but you still have a very beefy strut tower brace, not only tying in the front, but then of course going from strut tower to strut tower. You can see the wires for that adaptive suspension. Tasteful engine cover. I was just expecting maybe some carbon fiber or something, but still tasteful. What are we looking at? We're looking at a 3-liter twin turbo inline 6. You're looking at, on the competition spec, 503 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque. The one major zonk, no manual transmission available, only a ZF 8-speed automatic. But you know what? If we're comparing it to the RCF doesn't have a manual available at all. So that also has an 8-speed automatic. 0 to 60 in about 3.4 seconds, quarter mile in 11.2, and a top speed of around 180 miles an hour. MPGs, 16 in the city, 23 on the highway. The car weighs 3,850 pounds. Now, if you're comparing that to the RCF has a naturally aspirated 5-liter V8, very throaty sound, linear torque delivery, but it's got 472 horsepower. And when you look at acceleration, this competition definitely brings some quicker numbers. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire it up and hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, come on into this German beast known as the BMW M4 Competition. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I would love a C8 Corvette. The challenge is I need to have the back seat. I got 2 young kids and I take them to school. I also like to take them to car shows with me. C8 Corvette ain't gonna work because legally I can't put one of them or both of them in the storage compartments in a C8 Corvette. So I was looking at an M4 Competition because I want 2 doors. I don't want 4 doors. But I was also looking at that Lexus. I'm glad. I like the way you're thinking, Joe. You and I are on the same page. How much is this M4 Competition? Very good question. And that's cool that you want to share the car enthusiast hobby with your kids. Very, very important to all the parents out there. But anyways, the price for this one, MSRP, the way that it's optioned is right around $92,000. Let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels. So I'm digging the 2-tone style. May not work for you because you might have young kids and you're afraid of getting things dirty, but it does break up what could be a very bland interior. So you got silver trim around the lock and unlock buttons. We got the Harman Kardon sound system. And then you'll notice that off cream color, which kind of brightens up the door panel. Now the door pocket, pretty good size. You could get, I would probably say 4 Pillsbury toaster strudels in there. Mix up the flavors, a little blueberry, a little strawberry. And you could get a German Stein full of German specific dark chocolate milk. That sounds like a door pocket that I want to be around. Now going from the door panel to the dash, soft touch, carbon fiber. They poured some carbon fiber in here, which is a nice thing to see. And I think the biggest thing you're gonna notice over the RCF is this has more modern technology. So you got this 10.25 inch touchscreen, obviously with the navigation, the Apple CarPlay, all that good stuff. What I do like to point out with the M cars is the M menu. You could configure your M buttons, which I'll show you that. Those are those bright red buttons on the steering wheel. We got our instrument panel. You could adjust all of the different things that you're gonna do there. Plus, if I go back and I go up to driving information, here's where it gets really good, sport displays. So you could show torque, you could show horsepower. Kids love to look at this kind of stuff when you're on throttle and they're about to crap themselves. So I recommend having that screen up. And then you just come back to your home page. I'm gonna throw it into reverse real quick. It's a little small on the screen, but the resolution is clear as day. Plus you got trajectory and everything else, and it's really easy to change the camera angle. You could just adjust things very simply, 1, 2, 3, and then we're right back to where we started. I'm gonna put this into park so we don't roll away. Get your AC vents. We got ventilated seats and heated seats, dual climate control, your radio controls. Somebody got greedy and gave us all the carbon fiber, and I like that. Open it up, 2 cup holders, wireless charging, USB-A, and a 12 volt. You're gonna want that for the radar detector. M badging on the shifter with the Motorsport. This is gonna control that ZF 8 speed. Love the M4 Competition badge. A little gloss black heavy, but they do give you a nice red start stop button, and that's the new iDrive updated software controller. More of that cream on the armrest for the center console with the stitching. Open it up, you got a USB-C, and I could probably put, I would say, 6 Haagen-Dazs ice cream bars. Now you know what the tip is though, eat them before they melt, or you're not gonna be enjoying this cream color interior because you're gonna get melted chocolate and ice cream all over it. But if you eat them while they're cold, yummy. Seats, one-piece backs, M4 badge, perforated, great bolstering, full electric assist for the passenger and the driver. We got that nice oversized sunroof. I'm 6 feet tall. I got plenty of room in here. Plus, what do we have? We have the back seat, which I'm gonna go ahead and move this out of the way for Lori. Here we go. Moving that seat, and that shows off the back seat. So just like the RCF, you do have some pretty usable space. You'd be surprised who you could fit back there. And we got the M badging on the seat belts. That's another 5 horsepower. But why don't you go ahead, come on over here. I want to show you behind this carbon fiber and leather steering wheel in this M4 Competition. Come on over. Guys, business time in this BMW M4 Competition. You get the very tasteful aluminum sill badge with the M4 Competition name. You went all in. And that pedal box is right out of a BMW DTM race car. You got a nice large aluminum dead pedal, brake, and throttle. Seat controls within fingertips reach and multi-positionable to get it perfect for your body type. You got 2 memory seat settings. Steering wheel, I absolutely love. BMW does some of the best wheels. Nice thickness with the Motorsport colors all the way around. Then you have actual stitching on the horn button itself. Carbon fiber, the M logo, and then check out the surfboard style paddles that are carbon fiber that you're gonna go up and down that ZF 8 speed. And then remember I was telling you about the M buttons? M1, M2, M and M. So you got your M and M buttons here. This is where you could actually configure all the modes. So that means you would just press it and it would be configured exactly the way you have it set up. Speaking of setup, you got that nice 12-inch digital display. Those are the graphics when you have it in normal mode. Watch when I go into sport. Boom. Now you got the tachometer in the center, all the other readouts. What I kind of do like on the RCF is that really wild, movable digital display that they have. I just don't know. This has more power, but I want that V8 sound. But before we go anywhere to find out how fast it is, let's get into the trunk and see how much we could fit in this M4 Competition. All right, guys, time for the trunk space. Hit the button, lift it up. You're gonna be greeted to 12 cubic feet of space. What's nice is that you have a nook on each side for a nice competition box of Twinkies. Get a Baker dozen box. That's a box of 13, not the 12. Plus, you can fold the seats down if you need to go to Home Depot and get yourself some supplies, maybe some car cleaning supplies at your local wax shop. You could load this thing up and then polish her down and make her sparkle like a gray diamond. But you know what? I want to find out just how good the on throttle is in this M4 Competition. If you're ready, I'm ready. I got the keys. Let's go. All right, guys, we're inside this BMW M4 Competition. Right away, I mean, the level of fit, feel, and finish is phenomenal. So, is the same as in the Lexus. I actually like the seats in the RCF more than the seats in this M4. I don't feel like I'm really sitting in them. I feel like I'm sitting on them. Now, you can get optional race back carbon fiber seats, but unfortunately this one did not come that way. But you do have plenty of the other carbon fiber to enjoy with your eyes. That infotainment system is well within reach, and it's all touchscreen capability. Plus, I mean, you got that nice large digital display. This does not have a head-up display, which is surprising as well. But everything else, especially like the ventilated seats, are here. I do have it in manual shift mode. I'm going to use those surfboard style paddles to go through the ZF 8-speed, and we're going to see how this thing handles. If you're ready, I'm ready. On throttle, here we go. Ah! Yeah. Golly, this thing has plenty of get up and go. And it's interesting because with the RCF, you got the linear torque delivery of that V8, but this M4 Competition, especially with the twin turbos, they spool up so fast, there really is no lag whatsoever. Good sound, some of it obviously coming through the speakers. Would like to hear some pops and some bangs, but I don't know, that RCF with the throaty V8 sound is a beast. This thing though, the power comes on like a beast. On throttle, here we go. You got this awesome Formula One style shift indication lights that kind of go from the outside inward, and they're yellow, 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 and then red. That means obviously shift. I do like that. Steering wheel, the feedback is great, and that's another area, is that the ZF 8-speed outshifts the heck out of the 8-speed automatic in the Lexus RCF. But I gotta do some more on throttle here. I really, really do. Let's see if we can get a little bit of space. Are you ready? On throttle, here we go. God. Yeah! Brakes, amazing. Those massive 6-piston calipers just clamping down on those rotors, which look like they're plucked off of a race car. I tell you, look at this. On the brakes, downshift. Nice turn in. Here we go. Round and round and round we go. It really is a beast of a car. It just, and the way that it has all of these finishes where you're sitting in the lap of luxury, it's just the one thing with the Lexus is that reliability for sure. Let's see how we go through this right-hander. On throttle, here we go. Yeah. Look at that nice turn in, look at that. This is one bad mamma jamma. And then when you want to shift have the ZF do its business. You can just go right back in automatic mode and nobody's the wiser. It just, the seats look nice and they're comfortable. I just wish I felt like I was sitting in them, not on top of them. It's a weird sensation. I don't know. It's like you really gotta be here with me to really feel what I'm feeling, but definitely the RCF seats I like better, especially with the way they do the bolstering and the two-tone. That's like spot on the money. But hopefully this has been a great overall view of what the M4 Competition is all about. We're gonna get back to where it all started at Loki Kia and wrap this one up, so I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been another great day here at Loki Kia. I definitely gotta thank Robert and the rest of the crew for bringing us access to this M4 Competition. Let me know what you think. Are you gonna spend your money on this German performance car, or are you gonna go on that tried and true V8 power of the Lexus RC F? Put it in the comment section, but if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raity's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content, click that link in the description. Get yourself some Raity's Rides merch. Got to give it up to the queen behind the camera. Show Lori some love in the comment section. She's working so hard. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.